With television getting bigger, there's now more room for great editing to be recognized on the small screen. One of the best examples of high-quality editing techniques in television is HBO's Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is known for its epic scale and its vast world, but it's not the storm of swords that shows off the show's unique editing style. It's the smaller character moments that makes the editing shine. Game of Thrones is notorious for pulling off shocking scenes that play with the viewer's emotions. What makes these scenes so heart-wrenching is not the editor's choice of what to cut to, but who to cut to. One of the most famous scenes from the show is the Purple Wedding. The scene takes up most of the episode, which already makes it special. We see a lot of one place without cutting anywhere else in the story, telling us that something big is going to happen. We linger on many character scenes where it seems like nothing major is happening to the characters. This is intentional. The editor wants us to feel like everything is going too well. Cutting right to the action would be less effective, but the scene never feels slow. We are kept on our toes, with what looks like meaningless segments of dialogue, but that makes the finale of the scene that much more impactful. The editor also likes to play with us when making a decision on what character to cut to at what moment. The whole plot of who killed Joffrey can be solved by just watching the editing carefully. The tension of the scene builds with the play of dwarves acting out the War of the Five Kings. In this scene, the editor knows exactly who he's going to cut to. We know what characters to root for because of their reactions to what they're seeing. For instance, we see it cut to Joffrey laughing hysterically, then a cut to a shot of Sansa looking sad and depressed, then to Prince Oberyn, then to Varys looking stoic while Pycelle laughs. We aren't cutting to these characters for no reason. Cutting to Sansa is obvious. She's a character that has suffered the worst in this situation. But why to Oberyn? He was a character just introduced. Sure, he needs screen time, but there isn't anything special going on in this shot. The editor uses editing to make people look suspicious, like they might have something to do with what ends up happening. Of course, anyone who's seen the show or read the books already know who killed Joffrey, but even that can be solved by just looking at the editing. Throughout the Purple Wedding, we see a lot of weird scenes, but there's a lot of emphasis on one character. The character who ends up having a part in killing Joffrey. One of the most important cuts is the cut where Olenna fiddles with Sansa's necklace. Then we cut to a reaction shot of Sansa for seemingly no reason at all. But in fact, if we look closely enough, we can see that there is a piece of Sansa's necklace missing. Then we cut to a wide shot of Olenna walking back to her seat, but not without a very subtle sound effect of what sounds like someone dropping something into a glass. Then very later on, we see an important shot of Tyrion picking up Joffrey's wine cup, with Olenna lurking in the background. Now we can come to a conclusion on who killed Joffrey without any dialogue exposition. An entire murder mystery was solved by looking at the editing, and concentrating on who and who isn't in the frame.